Days before Telangana votes, Election Commission has put a halt on disbursement of funds to farmers under KCR government's Rythu Bandhu scheme. Also known as Farmers Investment Support Scheme, Rythu Bandhu is a welfare program for farmers under which they're given 5,000 rupees per acre of land twice a year, one for Kharif crop and one for Rabi crop harvest. Now, poll panel had earlier granted permission for the disbursement of the funds, but with a condition that the state government will not publicize the same. However, State Finance Minister Harish Rao not only violated the Election Commission's condition, but also the Model Code of Conduct by announcing that money will be disbursed at a particular time before the polling. The poll body now says that there shall be no disbursement under the scheme till the Model Code of Conduct ceases to apply in all its forms. Listen in first up to what the BRS Minister Harish Rao said yesterday, to which the Election Commission has taken note.
రేపేమో సోమవారం కానీ రేపు సోమవారం ఏముందంటే కార్తీక పౌర్ణమి రేపు కూడా సెలవే ఉన్నది కార్తీక పౌర్ణమి ఇవాళ ఆదివారం రేపు కార్తీక పౌర్ణమి ఎల్లుండి మంగళవారం పొద్దున్నే మీరు ఛాయ్ తాగుతారో లేదో మీ ఫోన్లు టింగు 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 టింగున మోగుతాయి ఇక రైతు బంధు పైసలు పడతానే ఉంటాయి మీ ఫోన్లు అన్ని టింగు టింగున మోగుతాయి తయారుండరు ఇక తయారుండండి కాంగ్రెస్ వానికి ఇప్పుడు గుండెల జారిపోతున్నాయి ఒక్కొక్కరికి అబ్బో రైతు బంధు పడేయండి నిన్నయాల పింఛన్లు తెచ్చుకున్నారు ఏళ్ళుండి రైతు బంధు పడుతుంది ఇక మర్చిపోతారా మా పెద్ద కొడుకు కేసీఆర్ అంటారు.
Well, a blame game has erupted after the scheme was stalled, with the KCR government blaming the Congress for the same. Chief Minister KCR, in fact, trained guns at the Congress party, saying it was the Congress leaders' complaint that led the Election Commission to hold the scheme. In fact, even State Minister Harish Rao, whose statement the Election Commission is cited behind the stop on the fund disbursement under the scheme, has pinned the blame on the Congress party.
ఈ కాంగ్రెస్ వాళ్ళ గోస వాళ్ళ బాధ పాపం ఇట్లనన్నా గెలిస్తేమేమో అని లంగతనం చేస్తా ఉన్నారు. మొదలు మళ్ళీ పోయిండు దరఖాస్తు పెట్టిండ్రు, రైతు బంధు ఆపిండ్రు. ఏయనని చెప్పి నేను చెప్పిన అధికారులకు బంధు పెట్టిండ్రు. ఒక్కరోజు ఏమని వాళ్ళు పర్మిషన్ ఇచ్చిండ్రు ఎవరు ఎలక్షన్ కమిషన్. మళ్ళా కాంగ్రెస్ వైస్ ప్రెసిడెంట్ నిరంజనుడు మళ్ళా మొన్న దరఖాస్తు ఇచ్చిండు. రేపు రాబోయే పైసలు మళ్ళా కాంగ్రెస్ ఆపింది. నేను ఒక మాట చెప్తా ఉన్నా, కాంగ్రెస్లో కూడా రైతు బంధు తీసుకున్న నాయకులు ఉన్నారు, కార్యకర్తలు ఉన్నారు. మరి మీకేమైనా సిగ్గుమానం ఉందా అని అడుగుతా ఉన్నాను నేను. మీరు ఎట్లా సపోర్ట్ చేస్తాను కాంగ్రెస్కు? రైతుల నోటికాడ బుక్ ఎత్తగొట్టాలి, మేము ధరని తీసేస్తాం, మేము కరెంటు 3 గంటలే ఇస్తాం అని చెప్పేటువంటి కాంగ్రెస్ మీరు ఎట్లా ఉంటున్నారు? మీకు కూడా రైతు బంధు ఎట్లవుతుంది? మీ కొంపలు కూడా ఆడతాయి కదా. ఇలా కాంగ్రెస్ అని తిరుగుతున్నావు, రేపు పొద్దుగాలు ఏమవుతుంది? మీ కొంప కూడా కొల్లారం కాదా? నువ్వు రైతువేనా? కాంగ్రెస్ కార్యకర్తలు కూడా ఇలా గుండె మీద చేసి ఆలోచన చేసుకోవాలి. ఎవరో మంచికి జరుగుతుంది, మీరేదో నిశాల పోయి కాంగ్రెస్ అంటే రేపు మీ కొంప కూడా మునుగుతుంది కదా. కౌలు రైతును మీకు దూలం లెక్క రైతు కడతా అంటుండే మెడ కట్టుకుంటారా రైతులు? ఎలా
కుట్రలు చేసినా రైతు బంధుకు అనుమతి ఇచ్చింది. నేనెక్కడో మీటింగ్ మాట్లాడి న్యాయం గెలిచింది, ధర్మం గెలిచింది, ఎన్నికల కమిషన్ రైతు బంధు క్లియరెన్స్ ఇచ్చింది, యాసంగి పంట పైసలు పడతాయి అన్న. ఇలా నేను కొత్త విషయం ఏం చెప్పినా, రైతు బంధుకు ఎలక్షన్ కమిషన్ అనుమతి ఇచ్చింది, ధర్మం గెలిచింది అంటే ఈ కాంగ్రెస్ పార్టీకి చెందిన ఈ ఎన్నికల క్యాంపెయిన్ కు చైర్మన్ గా ఉన్న కాంగ్రెస్ పార్టీ వైస్ ప్రెసిడెంట్ నిరంజన్ గారు దాని మీద దరఖాస్తు పెట్టిండు ఎలక్షన్ కమిషన్. హరీష్ రావు రైతు బంధుకు పర్మిషన్ ఇచ్చింది ఎలక్షన్ కమిషన్ అని అంటున్నాడు. దీన్ని ఆపాలని చెప్పి ఎలక్షన్ కమిషన్ కు దరఖాస్తు పెడితే ఇవాళ మళ్ళీ వాళ్ళు ఆపమని చెప్తున్నారు. అంటే ఏందన్నట్టు? నోటికాడ బుక్కని ఎత్తగొడుతుందా ఈ కాంగ్రెస్ పార్టీ? ఈ కాంగ్రెస్ పార్టీ మీరు ఇస్తున్న కేసీఆర్ కు అడ్డం పడతారా? బిడ్డ ఎన్ని రోజులు ఆపుతారా నాయన? మీరు ఆపితే 3 తారీఖు దాకా ఆపుతారు. 3 తారీఖు తర్వాత మళ్ళా ఉండేది మా కేసీఆర్. 3 తారీఖు తర్వాత మళ్ళా రైతు బంధు పైసలు టింగు టింగు టింగున మా అకౌంట్లలో పడతాయి. బిడ్డ మీకు మాత్రం రైతులు గుణపాఠం చెప్తారు.
Today, Telangana farmers have realized that Congress party has been time and again complaining to Election Commission of India for an ongoing program in which in last 10 seasons we have disbursed about 72,000 crores to 65 lakh farmers across Telangana. It was not a program that was announced in our last election manifesto. It was not a program related to election at all. But then Congress party time and again, who is threatened that the vote bank of entire farmers of Telangana is with BRS party, is trying to trouble the farmers of Telangana. This is going to work extremely against Congress.
KCR's ally AIMIM, which has pledged support to Chief Minister KCR, says it must be him who should be made the next CM, has also echoed the same, accusing the Congress of trying to ensure that the benefit doesn't reach the farmers.
कांग्रेस पार्टी ने इस पर ऑब्जेक्शन दिखाया। ये तो ऑनगोइंग स्कीम है, बरसों से चल रहा है, तो इस ऑनगोइंग स्कीम में कांग्रेस पार्टी को आपत्ति क्या है भाई? अगर कोई नई स्कीम होती है तो हम समझ सकते थे, ये तो नई स्कीम नहीं है। तो अचानक कांग्रेस पार्टी का ये बोलना कि इसको नहीं दिया जाना चाहिए, इससे साफ जाहिर होता है कि वो किसानों को फायदा नहीं पहुंचाना चाह रहे हैं। आप उसको रुका दिए हैं, इसका गलत मैसेज जा रहा है पूरे तेलंगाना में।
The Congress in the meanwhile has hit back at the BRS government, saying it is squarely to blame for farmers being denied assistance under the Rythu Bandhu scheme. Congress workers also staged a demonstration against the state government, burning the Chief Minister and Minister Harish Rao's effigies for violating the poll code.
No, it was already, see, this is not the time to release any money. Whatever the decision had been given itself was wrong. I don't know on what instance they gave that permission, but now it is wrong on that issue.
Well, the battle is only heating up. Let's quickly, on that note, open this up with our guest joining us this evening. We have Chief Spokesperson, BJP Telangana, Mr. Krishna Sagar Rao with us, along with Sai Shekhar Angara, Senior Journalist with us. Mr. Angara, my first question is to you. The problem here is not what the BRS and the AIMIM perhaps are trying to project. That, this is not a new scheme. It's not been introduced in this election season, so on and so forth. The problem is that despite the Election Commission putting a very clear condition in approving disbursement of the scheme, that it should not violate the poll code. That is the problem here, sir. And the violation has most certainly taken place by a BRS minister, by a leader of the BRS party. How do you justify this?
So I will tell you, Harish Rao is the head of the exchequer in his capacity as the finance minister of the state. And the government is not disbanded, and the government has not been, thrown out of power, and it is not under governor's rule. And it is Harish Rao's right to tell the people after obtaining the permission from the Election Commission of India that on so day the Rythu Bandhu scheme will be affected, and the farmers will get it in their respective bank accounts. It's a direct benefit transfer scheme, and so far 10 installments of Rythu Bandhu have been given, and there has never been an upset from anybody about any. There was no charge that there was a corruption involved.
The BRS in the
Rythu
letter,
Bandhu.
Mr. Sai Shekhar, the BRS in the letter to the Election Commission has said this was a manner in which, the BRS leader was expressing gratitude to the Election Commission for giving its nod. But the Election Commission has said very clearly the reason why it's paused the disbursement of this particular scheme is because Mr. Rao very clearly spoke of a date, which is 28th of November, which is 2 days before Telangana votes.
Yes, the reason is government. BRS has tanked because BRS is fighting for the people. So they said it's a scheme that is launched by their government, and when the clearance was given, they were thanking them. And Mr. Harish Rao has clearly said that so day the amount will be credited. That is all. It is only in the capacity of the finance minister of the state. Otherwise, the government of India should enact a law.
Sir, if the Election Commission should be okay with Mr. Rao making these statements, Mr. Krishna Sagar Rao, perhaps the Election Commission should be okay with any political leader of any political party campaigning once the model code of conduct is in place in the state.
Yeah, it is very much. It is well with Harish Rao's statement. Is well within.
Okay, let's also, sir, hear it from Krishna Sagar Rao. Let's hear it from him.
See what's happening here in Telangana. Amidst the election, Congress party has exhibited itself as to who they are. Their advertisements say something that they want to take care of farmers of this state. And what they do in real action is to actually negate that and deride and also decry the opportunity for poor farmers to get their share of investment support from the government. This is an ongoing scheme, and we are a political party too. We should have an objection of last minute money transfer into farmers' accounts, but we didn't object. We didn't raise any objection. We didn't stall. We didn't try to stop because it's farmers and they're weak and they need assistance, and the funds which go to them will be for good use for them. So we did not politicize that. But today the farmers paid the price for Congress' selfish politics of holding on and trying to stall and stop the support which was going at the right time of the season of the crops. And just because they want to counter DRS and get some votes.
Okay.
And stop some votes for the other party.
So you're saying the
But
Congress is squarely to be blamed for this,
totally
Mr. Krishna
forgot.
Sagar Rao? And Mr. Harish Rao was absolutely right in saying what he said and giving a date perhaps to the farmers that they should check their phone and they're going to be receiving the amount on the 28th of this month.
No, see, on one end, Congress is an anti-farmer party, it is established. On the other end, the BRS party is so excited that it couldn't hold the horses and went ahead and showcased it as a electoral gimmick. What was the necessity? If they're going to transfer money, they can silently transfer the money. Why to do it on a public platform during the campaign time? He might be the finance minister, but there are model code of conduct guidelines in place. Why to violate that? That's why these two parties, one is anti-farmer, the other one is excited about bribing the voters. Instead of thinking it's an investment support scheme, it is for the help of the farmer. Both have failed the farmers.
Okay.
And that is the reason we are pitching that Bharatiya Janata Party should be given an opportunity to ensure that we rise above politics and support the farmers.
Okay, Mr. Sai Shekhar, is there a fear within the BRS perhaps, or there should be one that given that, the farmers are not going to be able to receive the funds, they're not going to be able to, receive the disbursed amount, do you think there's a fear within the BRS today that it could turn against them because they could have silently done it as Mr. Sagar Rao was pointing out?
Fortunately, BRS is not worried about it, but fortunately, BRS is worried about the farmers not receiving the benefit. And I am very surprised how the Election Commission has found fault with the Minister for Finance, who made an announcement because of small things also. Government of India makes an announcement. Election Commission of India says appeals to people through advertisement that please vote for, please exercise your vote. So this is one form of communication to the people. What is wrong in it? A model code of conduct is like, asking not to breathe.
But are you now convinced that at least the Election Commission is not biased towards the BJP, because the complainant in this case was the Congress party?
Election Commission is not. See, here the act of stopping the Rythu Bandhu has come forth because Mr. Uttam Kumar Reddy, who is the Central Election Committee member of the Congress, Nalgonda MP, who is also a contesting candidate from Huzur Nagar, and he was former PCC president, he went on board. He went to the Election Commission on 25th of October and represented to the Election Commission to stop all the direct benefit transfer schemes until the poll date is over. And their design has been exposed on that day itself.
Okay.
Okay,
that may be the BRS's version, but the Election Commission has paused the disbursement of the funds from the scheme. The BJP claims vindication. The BJP says this is why we say don't vote for the Congress or the BRS. But let's see whether or not the farmers do receive their due funds and when that happens, because this controversy most certainly coming in the midst of election season, just 2 days to go before Telangana votes. Gentlemen, thank you for joining us this evening. We head into a very quick break with that.